Okay, so we're looking at the eyewitness. Josephus was a Jewish historian who was alive at the time of the destruction of the temple, and this is his writing on the Tower of Antonia. It says it was situated at the corner of two cloisters,
which are right over here.
Which I don't believe that.
We can go see them.
Let's go see.
We'll go see them.
So we have two differing opinions going on here. So there are two cloisters that were 600 feet distance from the temple.
Okay.
And from the south side of Fort Antonio that would have reached the north side of the temple. So that means that the temple in Fort Antonio needed to be 600 feet apart, according to Josephus. But historians just say he exaggerated. However, I don't think he doesn't exaggerate in his other works.
Well, the Antonia Fortress over here certainly could have held a cohort, which is 600 soldiers.
But in Acts 23, verse 23, it says 470 soldiers were at once, taken to save Paul. 470 soldiers. Why would they send almost all of their soldiers? The legions means legions, and that means at least probably 4,000 to 6,000 soldiers.
If they had a legion, they would have had to build on this whole temple now.
If millions of Jews came here, or a million, they would want at least 10,000 Roman soldiers. Okay, so
10,000 would overtake the city. It'd be way too many.
That's why this is a 30-acre plot of land that was built like a city. Sorry.
And do you think this could be do you think they needed 6,000 soldiers in the Legion to be here?
No, 600 would enough.
A cohort's enough.
Yes, words. According to Josephus, he's describing Antonia Fortress. He says the inward parts had the largeness and form of a palace, it being parted into all kinds of rooms and other conveniences, such as courts and palaces for bathing, and broad spaces for camps, in so much that by having all conveniences that cities wanted, it might seem to be composed of several cities.
Over here, that date way, way, way back to the time of Solomon's temple.
I don't think so. So we are standing right at the city of David, the beginning part of the city of David, and we're overlooking this house, and there's a palm tree, there's some lemon trees here, and just a house, and this could have been the beginning part of where the temple was, if it was 600 feet from the Antonia. The fortress.
Fortress Antonia.
Yeah, so we are just praying here that God would reveal it. If they've never excavated underneath this, they would never know what evidence there is.
Yeah, there are houses
there was
here.
A temple. It could have been this exact area. They also said there was a big rift valley. Well, this looks like it would be near where the temple would have been built. Probably right exactly around here where there's lots of trees and houses. What a blessing to live here and live here. And here is the city of David. It begins down there. And over here is the Kidron Valley. Again, David took the stronghold, the Jebusite city, and it was built on a hill. And right over here we have the Mount of Olives, and right over there in the bunch of trees is Garden of Gethsemane. Right up this hill is the traditional Temple Mount, whether it's there or a little bit next to it. And then right over here we have the stronghold of David. This is the city of David, Mount Zion. Right below those flowers is where King David himself lived, his palace.
Here we are at the Garden Tomb. We don't know if Jesus was actually crucified here.
Or here.
Or
right there,
it could
according
be.
to Ron Wyatt.
Oh, right here, according to Ron Wyatt.
Here, but over there.
Right through here. Let's
right
go.
Through here.
How many years ago? In 70 AD, or just before the destruction of the temple. So right at this very spot, down below here is where the real
And so this guy named
crucifixion
Ron
would be.
Wyatt dug down here in the 80s.
Ron
I think
Wyatt
late
dug down
70s
here in
and
the 80s, yeah.
And he says he found the Ark of the Covenant, so it's his word.
Yeah, he says he actually found it. I believe he
seems
did.
like a very humble man.
Yeah.
And yeah, he found it in this place, and he believes the blood of Jesus went from the cross with the earthquake. The earth opened up, and Jesus's blood dripped down about, 15, 20 feet, and landed on the Ark of the Covenant, the altar of the cover, and that's the high priest. We're supposed to offer the blood of a lamb on the Day of Atonement there. So Jesus is our atonement lamb, our Passover lamb, and his blood is on there. It makes a lot of sense.
It does make sense.
Here's a little cutout here in the wall, believed to be where a plaque would have said, "The King of the Jews," right by where Jesus was crucified.
Traditionally, Christians have believed that Jesus was crucified and buried in the Old City at the Church of the Holy Sepulchre. In the past few centuries, some Christians began to question this tradition, and some scholars in the 1800s suggested that this area next to the Garden Tomb might be the actual place of Jesus' crucifixion.
Jeremiah would have stowed
Yes.
Bring it
That's
here.
Zedekiah.
Oh, left
Makes
the
a lot
Ark of the
sense,
Covenant.
There might be another
Really, because the blood must on the on
Guy
top
that
of
believes this very same thing just showed up.
Nice to meet you.
There is Golgotha right across the street, and we are at Zedekiah's cave tunnels, and the Ark of the Covenant could be down through this tunnel and across the way to under the skull, under Golgotha. It's where are we? Shira, Zedekiah's cave. And do you know they're doing some construction down there? And look, way down there, you never know. We're through the tunnel right there, and then you cross the street. And then you cross the street over here to, there is Golgotha, just across the street.
This is the beginning of the Gihon Spring, and we are underneath the city of David, but this is the place where the kings would have been anointed by the prophets. We have a sign here. It says, "Did you know the kings of Judah were anointed right here at the Gihon Spring?" And there's Samuel, and there's maybe a king, a prophet, and then this is the place where they were anointed. I think Solomon was anointed here. I don't think David was. Could have been anointed when he became king of Jerusalem, though. And there's, you can see water is down there. The Gihon Spring is known as living water, and it's a very rare spring that is only found in a few parts of the world.
We're going into Hezekiah's tunnel. Okay, give that to me.
Ready?